Alright, so I just finished watching the newest episode of Kamen Rider ZEZTZ, which aired yesterday, but I made the decision not to stay up and watch it since they changed their mind on the simulcast thing. It's now being streamed um, from its air date on Saturday through to Monday, so there's like a 2 or 3 day stretch where they're continuously streaming it, and you can just rewind the stream to the very beginning so you can watch the episode and not be spoiled and have to sit there and watch through half of an episode that you haven't got to see the first half for yet. So I just made the decision that unless I really feel like it for a reason, that I'm just going to wait and watch it the next day and film my little video directly after, which is what I'm doing because there's a lot of shit that just happened in that episode that I actually really want to talk about. Firstly, so far, 2 episodes into Kamen Rider ZETS, this is every single thing I wanted the new Kamen Rider show to be. It is leaning heavy on the rider aspect to an extent, and I don't know if it's going to keep that up, but I really hope it will, and something is leading me to believe that the whole rider aspect of Kamen Rider is going to be heavily focused on in this season in terms of action sequences and stuff. And that is, and if you don't want anything spoiled for you, I don't know why you would watch this episode, or why you would watch this video, I mean, of episode 2, if you haven't watched episode 2 yet, but his freaking bike is a character. In both real life and his dream sequences, he has a thing, and I'm just going to talk about this first. So, the whole gimmick of the show is that dreams and reality are sort of intermingling. People's subconscious is creating things and manifesting things. And when Baku, I think is his name, I still cannot. I'm trying to remember these people's names still. Baku, the main rider, the guy that transforms into ZEZTZ or henshins into ZEZTZ. I just lost my train of thought. He goes and he henshins and he's in his dream sequence, and when he's in his dream sequence he's a more level-headed and confident and bombastic guy. He's basically a secret agent because that's what he dreams of. He wants to be a secret agent, and people's dreams are manifesting things. So in his dream he's a secret agent, and it's sort of manifesting itself into real life. Now he's getting involved with the police. There's 2 police officers, 2 detectives that he's dealing with, and they figured out that he has a rider belt in this episode, which is insane that he just showed them that. But he reveals to them he has a rider belt. They take him into the van, and Mr. Fujima, I think is the guy's name. There's a really funny little roll into his van, and that's like their little headquarters, and they're looking into these like dream things. Mr. Fujima's sharing dreams with Baku or Boku. I'm just gonna call him Baku or ZETZ. I'm just gonna call him ZETZ. Maybe I don't know. They're sharing dream sequences with each other, and they're looking into what all of this could mean. And by the end of the episode, it's sort of revealed that you can sort of manifest things with your dreams into reality, and for some reason Mr. Fujima is wishing. They used the word wishing. They didn't use the word dreaming or thinking or something like that. They said that he's wishing for the bomber, which is the character from the first episode, the villain. He shows back up in this one. That he's wishing for the bomber to I guess do like terrorist attacks or some shit, dude. Which he's a detective. I don't know why he's wishing that, unless he's like mad at the police force. But he's also a goofy guy, so I don't know why they would use the word wishing there. Maybe that's a translation thing. But it's revealed to ZETZ at the end that he's wishing for the bomber to do his attacks, and it ends with ZETZ trying to figure out why the hell he would be doing that. But on top of like little plot things, because that's sort of where the plot got moved to as far as that is concerned, there is a lot of extra shit that I want to talk about, like ZETZ's little secret agent thing in his closet where it has all the uniforms and the weapons and the bikes, and it's like his headquarters is cool as shit. It's like a Kingsman room in like the Kingsman movies where they go in there and there's like weapons all over the wall, there's fucking watches everywhere, all that stuff. So he has that. He has a bike. And last week I was like, oh, I really, really hope that they lean into the rider aspect of Kamen Rider because it is so cool, and that's what makes him special. That's like he's a Henshin hero that rides a motorcycle, and in like stuff like Kuga, he was doing freaking tricks with the bike and doing fights with the bike. Like he was physically making the bike hit people. So his bike transforms into a little robot guy that talks to him, and he's being controlled remotely by the dude that was talking to him in the first episode, I suppose. And he's sitting there and he's showing around the headquarters. And then this really funny gag happens where when the action needs to be picked up and ZEZTZ needs to go out and fight the bomber, the motorcycle, while he's still in sort of like his transformer android uh, stage, which is a really cool suit, like a really cool practical suit. He gets down on all fours, like he's like being ready to be ridden, and ZEZTZ just like nonchalantly gets on him because he thinks that that's what he should do. And then the bike, which I think he calls him Zero, but I don't know if that's the exact, like if that's his actual name or if that's the guy's name. I don't know. But the bike makes like a little noise and laughs at him for getting on him, and it's like, oh, it's just a little joke. So I thought that was funny. There's a lot of like humor. There's a lot of funny stuff in this episode that actually works and isn't corny and goofy like a lot of like Reiwa Tokusatsu is with their humor. So the bike is cool as shit, and Zetz actually gets on the bike. There's cool POV shots, like there's cool POV shots from the bike that look practical, like it's not CGI arms and shit, where you're getting like a first person view of him on the bike. There is, I don't know, something about that bike, dude. It's all such a great homage to like original Kamen Rider, which I've never watched, but like I've seen enough pictures of and stills of to understand what they're doing as far as like the homages go. Um, but the bike action was amazing. There's like a really cool chase sequence. You get a flipped truck with a POV as the truck is flipping of the rider in the, not the Kamen Rider, but the rider of the truck being flipped. ZEZTZ gets a cool sword that comes out of the freaking bike. There's a cool gotcha machine thing in ZETZ's hot layer where he turns the knob and it comes out, and I don't know if it gives him information or if it gives him power ups. It might give him power ups. I'm not sure because at the end of the episode, when ZETZZ goes to flip the truck, he transforms and he gets these spiky things on his legs, and he uses that to pop the tires and flip the truck. So I don't know if that gotcha machine gave him the means to do that, or if he just did that shit because he could. Which I don't know why he would know he could do that, but the gotcha machine thing is cool. The riding is cool. There's a lot of cool direction um, ideas, like cool decisions that are being made that I've never seen being made in other tokusatsu. Like the POV shots, uh, the cool shot at the beginning when the camera pans and the police officers are chasing ZETZZ in his dream sequence, and it pans to the side of a wall, and it's a movie poster, and then you see him run across the movie poster like he's animated into the movie poster with all the detectives following him. Shit like that is really cool, dude. And I think that shit like that makes it's doing the most with the least, because tokusatsu shows do not have a huge budget, and it's pretty obvious when you see the CGI because there's some ugly ass CGI in this show. I'm not gonna lie, there's some really ugly CGI. But when you see shit like that, and you see the motorcycle POVs and the secret layer and the cool transforming bike with the practical suit and the genuinely amazing like action sequences that are happening, despite the fact that there's ugly CGI surrounding that action sequence, it's hard not to just absolutely love this show. So yeah, Kamen Rider that's episode 2 is amazing. It's literally every single thing that I wanted from this series, and I'm so into it. I think that it's going to be one of those tokusatsu shows that from the 2020s that going forward in the 2030s, tokusatsu fans will be like, "Oh, you're trying to get into tokusatsu? You have to watch ZETZ." Or it'll be one of those things like Tiga and Ultra Seven and Kuga, where it's like one of those super iconic fan favorite riders. I already hold this rider's design up there as my second favorite rider design from any show I've seen. And in general, it's one of my favorite tokusatsu suits already. I like there's stuff like Ultra 7 is up there. The Chojin Sentai Jetman suits are up there. I love those suits. Kuga's up there. But like ZETZ is already like top 10 Henshin heroes I've ever seen as far as suits go and action sequences. And I'm just very excited for the show. I think it's genuinely amazing. Like I think if you like tokusatsu, if you have any interest in tokusatsu, or you've never seen a tokusatsu show, you should probably watch this show as like a good modern way to bring you into the whole medium of entertainment. So yeah, I love the show. I'm very excited for week 3 or case 3, I guess, to see why the hell Mr. Fujima is wishing terrorist acts to happen, or if maybe that was a bad translation issue, because why is this guy wishing that to happen? They didn't even actually really finish the fight between the bomber and Zet, so I'm assuming at the start of the next episode we are going to get a big bombastic action sequence where he genuinely uses that sword that he just got, maybe some power ups, maybe the bike will do some crazy shit, I don't know, and then he'll figure out why Mr. Fujima is thinking of that shit. Why is he wishing terrorist shit happening, dude? He's such a goofy guy. I don't understand. So yeah, that's episode 2. I love it. If I were gonna give it a rating out of 10, probably a 9.5. It would get a 10 if it didn't have ugly ass CGI. I wish that they would tone down the CGI because they don't need it. It looks good. Just do practical shit most of the time, man. And then spend a lot of money on the CGI budget that you would spend on all the CGI on a little bit of CGI and make it look way better. Just do that shit instead. But yeah, I'm very happy with this episode, and hopefully everybody else liked it and is looking forward to the next episode and the next fucking 47 episodes or 48 episodes, because that's how much farther we have to go, buddy. And I'm very excited for it. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week.